Hi, my name's Dylan. I'm here doing the week 1 video for portfolio for the PFP class. So end of last month in Directed Studies, I got my assets approved by Christian Torado. He went through and checked off the things I had ready for choosing my 3 assets. I haven't heard much from, in terms of a specific instruction, so I went ahead and just started doing blockouts of each one. And, I just wanted to kind of stop where I was to see, what I needed to do next, or if I need to focus on one more than the other. So I spent time grabbing some more references, got some over here. I was using the anatomy and getting different positions so I get a good look at the face and the head of the bear. I just want to start getting the basic forms out, try and get a handle on kind of what it looks like. And so, I wanted to just kind of get a head start on that. So this is what would be for my second month of portfolio creation. It's my second asset, which is the grizzly bear for the animal. So I went through and just kind of started. I used these first to get the basic form, cut the legs, kind of was looking at the bigger muscle structure, and then kind of figuring out how to taper the head and get it big enough that I'm going to work on, of course, later on down in PCC2. I'll be doing a lot more. So do a quick turnaround. I'll give you a top view. And then I'll give you a bottom view. I know that his legs will need to go out just a little bit and turn. For PCC1, I decided that for my celebrity bust, I would do Gary Oldman. So I have compiled a bunch of references of him, and I started going through and just working on blocking out his basic facial forms. I went shoulders up, and I'm just trying to kind of figure out his main face shape. I don't know if I've done more detail than I should have, or what, but I figured I'd leave it here and see what happens. So finished up with this, got a bunch of difference from the side. I found some more which Christian recommended to get more of a side view. I had to pull them off somewhere else and then put them on my Pinterest board, but I was able to start that. And then of course I'll have to add his ears as well. So I'll just give you a couple different views of him. From the side, from the back, side again. This is from the top. Oh, sorry about that. It's going a little crazy on me here. And then from the front, then just kind of at an angle. Alright, and then for my PCC3, my concept character, Christian, said that the concept of a Twi'lek, and I've gathered a bunch of reference. He said that should be fine. I do want to double check that with you, make sure it's okay. I haven't done any facial features, but I wanted to get the main body structure down. So I worked on blocking that out and getting everything kind of positioned how it should be. I need to tweak the hands and the feet some more. Of course, that'll come in time as I actually start working on the model itself in high detail. So I've got some different views. Of course, I've got a bunch of detail on the back and a bunch of forms to pull out on there and block out, which will come in time. So that's where I've kind of landed so far. I want to pull up my page real quick for you. So on Pinterest, I haven't started doing any blockouts of, how I want my models positioned. But for my grizzly bear, I'd love to, put him in a walking stance, or even get, I would love to have my positioning of the model to look something like this, to have him standing up and, with his mouth open wide, roaring, or either have him mid-walk, or even something like this where he's just standing straight up. So I'm going to start sketching out some positions for that and making sure I can form the body the way I need to get those done. So that's my goal for him. If we go back real quick, for my third month with my character, I'm planning on, I've got some different references for positioning, but I want to have her in more of a dynamic position in terms of what she's doing. So something like this is good reference for me right here, with how she's standing, maybe positioning all that just a little bit differently, but even something like this, but maybe having her in a contrapposto looking forward, kind of just showing more of a dominant, powerful presence. And I'll have a base made for her to stand on, so something like that resembles ground. That way it doesn't look like she's just floating on a flat, or standing on something flat and boring. And then of course my bust is just going to be of Gary Oldman from the shoulders up. So that'll be pretty simple. If we're allowed to, I might work on facial expressions. I have some good pictures of him smiling or something, some other stuff that I found that I could use for that. That's where I've started at. I was a little confused on kind of what I needed to focus on most, and where I needed to stop. So this is where I'm finishing up. I'm looking forward to hearing back on what I need to work on, improve, where I need to go next. I haven't started on a lighting setup either. I'm thinking about taking the lighting setup from my directed studies and tweaking that some more, widening the area out and changing the colors of the lights. And I'm going to try and use the same light setup for each model if it works well. I might have to tweak positioning and intensity just a little bit to get the effects I want, but I want to use your normal 3-point light setup with the key light, the fill light, and the room light. To get a look at what that was. So I had a light that was kind of highlighting the side of the face, and you could see how it hit. So you could see the forms of her face and how those reacted to the light and the shadows. So I want to get something like that going, and then go from there. But I look forward to hearing back from you and continuing on through the class. Let me know, please, if there's anything I'm doing wrong, if there's anything I shouldn't be doing or I should be doing and I'm not. I kind of feel a little lost in general, but thank you very much. Hope you have a good night.